I reach up to try to massage my throat, but this only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms. Hisao? My whole body freezes save for my eyes, which shoot up open in terror. Hey guys, Kuderi Ghost here, and welcome to Katawa Shoujo. So, yeah. I don't really know completely what it's about, but I know it's a visual novel, and you'll find out soon. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy, far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. But now in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm pretty sure the note said 4 o'clock p.m. Are we, wait. Ah, yes, the note slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking, so we are getting a confession, maybe? As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. The snowflakes silently falling into the white, painted sky are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time is slow to a crawl. Hello? The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. Hi. Hisao? I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. Hisao? I think it's Hisao. A hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of the dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. I turn to face this voice, the voice of my dreams, and my heart begins to race. This is a dream, man. Aww, that's so cute. Iwanoko? I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Damn it, I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line that was the result? Pathetic, come on, man. Yes. I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle even if I tried. Are we gonna have a heart attack? Oh my god. Did I just call that? Oh no. My heart is pounding now as if it were trying to burst out of my chest and claim this girl for itself. So, here we are, out in the cold. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonous noise is music to my ears. Iwanako flinches ever so softly against the gust of wind. As it passes, she rights herself as if supported by some newfound confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long, dark hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. Okay. My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried. You see, I wanted to know if you'd go out with me. I stand there motionless, save for my heart pounding. I wanted to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point. Hisao? I reach up to try to massage my throat, but this only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms. Hisao? My whole body freezes save for my eyes, which shoot up open in terror. Okay, we are actually having a heart attack. Alright. Hisao. The beating in my heart suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the canopy of... Oh! This is so cool! The canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, Iwanako running towards me. All these fade to black. The last thing I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help and the incessant clatter of the branches above. Okay. Okay, so we actually did have a heart attack. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. Oh wow, okay, so we did actually have a heart attack. In that whole time, I can probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. A strange word, a foreign, alien one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition, it causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They particularly had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course, there is no cure. I think that's what that said. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I had to stay in the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, I felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the gifts soon trickled down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Aw. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I had barely had any visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. What about the person? Iwanaka was the last one to stop visiting. Okay, at least she was visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. Well, maybe you should have. Okay, the hospital, it's not really a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they are in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them. But it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, month or so, not months. I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimation of when I'd be able to leave. He never said anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait to see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking of it as some type of omen. I still ask the head cardiologist about leave, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answers shows that there is at least some hope. At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. Oh, okay. I was like, what did you do then? I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital. Although it was more like a storeroom for books, I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. But I loved the stories. That was what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. I felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass I was trapped inside, instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I'd pause in the realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. But others, it was all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I would have to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, look at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely. And I couldn't even cry. Today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are not even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? Oh, both of them are even sort of dressed up. It's not a party. There is this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers, then setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of that which he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Hisao. How are you today? I don't answer, but I smile back a little. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions you should be fine. We have all your medications sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. The doctor handed me a sheet of paper, my dad a sheet of paper, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many... I take it from his hand and look at it myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? You can go home at least, man. Oh. Asthma? What does asthma have to do? Okay. List of medications. Okay. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contraindictions, and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them, but it's so futile. Why is asthma written? I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. Is that what his throat thing was? Because that's not how asthma feels, man. All this for the rest of my life, every day? I'm afraid that this is the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if he hadn't said anything at all. I don't understand this. If he's gone so long without any type of, anything, then he should be okay with only a few things, to make sure it's in check and a couple of checkups, I don't know. I feel like that would be better than, giving him tons of medication that's probably going to kill him in a few years. Also, I've spoken to your parents, and we believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. What? Please calm down, Hisao. Hisao? Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down. The way he says it, it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever of my concern shows, it's ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So, I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled, what? It has a 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on the campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independency while keeping help nearby. That seems like a good standard, man. Independence. It's a school for disabled people. Kids. Don't try to disguise that fact. If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a look a couple weeks back. I think you'd like it. It looks like I really don't have a choice. Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity. Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and while it's not the same one, hey dude, at least you can go there and meet new friends and stuff, okay? I'm just saying. A special school, that's an insult. That is what I want to say. It's a step down. Wait, and also the one guy from Another, I guess, never, I'm not going to spoil it, but he had, I think he had the same thing. The anime Another, I think he had the same type of thing. An insult, okay. It's not what you think. All of the students there are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or another. Your father's right, and many of the graduates of the school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. I really hate that something so important was decided for me, but what can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny, I had always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I wanted to protest, but I wanted to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now, something that about how I could go back to school anyway, but no. I don't say anything. The fact is, I know it's futile. I look around the room, feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice. I know this, but this thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. That is all I can get. That is all that I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something. Even if it's a special school, it's something. It's a fresh start and my life isn't over. It would be a mistake just to resign myself to thinking about that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. That's a good thought, man, okay? It could be awesome. You don't know. You don't know, okay? Aw. Act 1, life expectancy. Okay. Alright. That's cool. Okay. The gate looks far too pompous for what it was. Okay. Yeah, that looks very high up there on the standards, actually. That's pretty cool. Alright, anyway, guys, I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, please hit that like button. Especially if you want me to continue the series, hit that like button because, you know, if it doesn't get too much likes, there's no reason for me to keep going with it if you guys aren't enjoying it. So, anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace.
I can see